Hi there, Neha. So we've got another essay from you again. I'm really happy to see it. Let's take a look and see what you wrote here. International marketing is a topic. Okay, so global trade and marketing is certainly, well, these are actually two things, no? Global trade and marketing are certainly considered as an invasion and interruption into the nation due to adaptability of the citizens to a foreign culture. However, some people believe that it is essential to enhance economical growth and cultural diversity in a country. I presume with the latter opinion owing to its positive impact on the populace of the third world nations. All right, so check this out. Look what you did here. Tell me if you find any full stops anywhere. Because I didn't. And so that's a problem. You can't have an introduction consisting of just one sentence. It's just not right on a number of levels. First of all, for a paragraph, for an introduction paragraph to be appropriately structured, it has to have a number of different components. Anywhere from 2 to 4 sentences would be okay. So you can't do it in just one sentence. Plus, you have so many different ideas here that it's impossible to lump them all in one sentence. Now, apart from what else I've already mentioned, there's also some grammar and lexical problems in this paragraph. So let's look at it again. So here you need a full stop. Then, new sentence. However, some people believe that it is essential to enhance economical growth and cultural diversity in a country. Full stop. This is what it was. You don't presume, that's the wrong word here. So you side with the latter opinion. You support the latter opinion, and then its positive impact. The its here is really unclear because I understand that you mean global marketing, but the way it's structured grammatically, it's as if the opinion has a positive impact. I hope that makes sense. So this has a mistake, obviously, and then this is a mistake as well. And populous. I don't know why you focus just on third world nations. It's also, you should know that we don't really tend to use that term anymore. We prefer economically developed or economically developing countries as an expression instead of first world, second world, third world. So try to avoid that. All right, let's move on. It is often argued that the interference of foreign nations in the name of trade in the business markets has made people to get accustomed to foreign cultures. No, the adaptive nature of people is the main reason that, I'm having a hard time with this word reason, that impacts the host country's cultural heritage, which is not only because of the raised acknowledgement towards other customs, but also due to the lack of appreciation to their native languages and businesses. Check this out. Your sentence started here. Second line, third line, fourth, wait. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 lines for one sentence. You lost me along the way, okay? It's really difficult to have a sentence that is so long. And basically this lost me. So let's try it again. The adaptive nature of the people is the reason. No, how about this? The adaptive nature of the people impacts the host country's cultural heritage, not only because of increased familiarity with the customs of others, but also due to the lack of appreciation for their native languages and business. Okay, I think that fixed it. It's still long, but we at least find it now grammatically correct. For example, a recent article in the Times newspaper mentioned that 80% of the citizens of India wear Western clothes such as jeans, shirts, and shorts, whereas only 40% prefer to be dressed in their traditional attire, the sari. Therefore, the intervention of other countries clearly tended to impact the host country in a negative manner. All right, so first of all, what does this have to do with international marketing? It really seems to me that what you're actually talking about here in general is globalization and the fact that Western culture is kind of seeping into the East. But that has nothing to do with international marketing. International marketing is something far more specific, and you haven't really touched on that at all. And so it kind of feels like a tangential response. Like it's not entirely off topic, but it's also not on topic either. Okay? Let's see. And then here you say that it impacts the host country in a negative manner. Remember that the idea here is that the people in the country feel invaded and intruded upon. So make sure that you carry this idea too, and that we're talking about marketing and how marketing does this, the marketing of products. So think about what products are marketed, what products from the West are marketed, and how the marketing of those products is affecting the host country. Okay? So those are the kinds of questions you have to ask yourself, and then structure your paragraph appropriately. Let's take a look at the next paragraph here. Conversely, some people believe that the revenue and employment opportunities are increased in a country only after the interference of wealthy nations. Get rid of this and get rid of the comma here. So get rid of the and get rid of the comma. This is due to the fact that the people in the developing countries, get rid of that people in developing countries may have knowledge and wisdom, but they do not have sufficient funds to utilize their ideas. Not to utilize, but to materialize or to execute their ideas would be a good word here. In these cases, international trade, we're not talking about trade, we're talking about marketing, could be used as a primary platform to develop their country by generating income and by providing employment to the unemployed. Moreover, people become multilingual and culturally diversified with global marketing, which plays a significant role in the professional development of an individual. For instance, if a person is bilingual, then he has myriad opportunities compared to his or her counterpart. Great. I'm glad you talked about education. You tried to link it with global marketing, but you didn't really succeed. So you didn't really tell me how global marketing does this, how it increases language awareness. You talked here about increasing money, increasing jobs. It's not what the essay really asked you about. It talked to you about ideas, language, culture, and being an economical form of education. So where did you talk about being an economical form of education? I didn't really get that. So in terms of the task achievement, I think for me that's probably the weakest element of this essay. You're not really answering the question. You're kind of going around it, but you're never actually hitting the question full on. You're not carrying these ideas that are in the task throughout your answer. Okay? All right, so let's look at the conclusion. To conclude, although international trade has negative impacts due to acclimatization of the populace, I believe the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages, finish your sentence, especially in terms of the economical and linguistic development of the individual, and hence ultimately the nation. Okay, I mean, some of this vocabulary was a little iffy, like this word here and populace here. You could have simplified this to make it more clear, more easily readable. That's some advice. I mean, good high-level vocabulary is good, but it also has to be appropriate and contextually appropriate. Okay, so for me, the biggest problem with this essay, as I said already, is task achievement. It needs some work. Did you tell us when you're taking your exam? I don't remember. I know that you've done some work with us, but there's still work that has to be done here, okay, Neha? So let's see if maybe we can continue to work together with more essay corrections, maybe kind of pinpointing what is happening when you're answering these responses. I also want to make sure you're planning your answer before you actually start to write, that you're jotting down your ideas, and that you've truly understood the question, because I kind of feel like that was missing in this essay. All right? Hopefully we'll see more essays from you. I want to wish you lots of luck.